You talking about Mr. Brown? What they?
They. Look at it. Kareem.
50 Cent already went at Diddy, and now he's coming for his son. News just broke that Justin Combs is in legal trouble, and of course, 50 didn't waste a second before jumping in. He lives for moments like this, especially when it comes to Diddy. But here's where it gets real messy. There's talk that Diddy might have snitched on his own son. And Justin isn't the only one who should be worried. Cat Williams called this out months ago. Remember when he posted that new Jack City skit with Diddy's face edited onto a character? The caption? Diddy about to snitch on everybody. Cat was one of the first to say that if Diddy got backed into a corner, he'd start naming names, even if it meant throwing his own people under the bus. Now 50 Cent is adding fuel to the fire. But unlike Cat, 50 has a history of going at both Diddy and his kids. When King Combs dropped that diss track Pick a Side last year, trying to come at 50 while defending his dad, 50 clowned him hard. He joked about feeling threatened by the song and even threw in some slick comments about the federal raids on Diddy's properties. Let's just say, 50's been waiting for this moment. King Combs tried to fire back at 50, acting like mentioning Queens was some kind of insult. He even told people to stop coming for Diddy and brought up the federal raids on Diddy's properties. But that only gave 50 more to work with. You already know he wasn't gonna let that slide. The first post where 50 sarcastically said he was afraid was just the start. He went all in, trolling King left and right. He even dragged him into a lawsuit involving a stewardess named Grace Omer, who accused King of SA on a yacht owned by Diddy back in December 2022. That case is crazy. Grace claimed Diddy created the environment for it to happen, so he got hit with a premises liability charge too. Now, let's be real. King isn't even a real threat to 50, so why go at him? Simple. It's all about 50's never-ending beef with Diddy. Ever since those serious allegations against Diddy came out in November 2023, 50 has been on him nonstop. He's been trolling, throwing shots, and even teasing a whole documentary just to add more fuel to the fire, but this ain't new. 50 and Diddy have been going at it since the early 2000s, and lately, 50 has taken it to a whole new level. He's been airing out all of Diddy's dirt, especially after those federal raids. He didn't just talk about the allegations, he straight up roasted Diddy over that infamous raid where cops allegedly found over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube. So when you see 50 taking shots at King, just know this was never about him. King's just caught in the crossfire of 50's war with Diddy. Speaking of casualties, King might be in even deeper trouble, and it's all because of Diddy. He's already got his own legal mess, but the real shocker is that his dad might drag him down even further. There's talk that Diddy might start pointing fingers to save himself. The feds are building a strong case against him, and if things get worse, Diddy could start naming names to save his own skin. And remember that crazy incident in 2022 with Diddy and King? The shooting at the studio involving Lil Rod? Well, it turns out both Diddy and King were right in the middle of it. Things got even messier when Diddy allegedly told Rod to lie to the cops and say it was a drive-by. That's a whole different level of trouble, especially when you consider how much damage could have been done. King wasn't just there to make music that night. Someone almost lost their life. The whole situation could have easily turned tragic. If that wasn't bad enough, the whole thing got more complicated with Diddy's involvement. The rumor is that he tried to cover up what really happened, possibly to protect his son and his own reputation. But here's the thing, if anyone knows the truth about what really went down that night, it's Diddy. He was there, and he probably knows more than he's letting on. If the feds get serious about this case and start pressing for answers, Diddy could be forced to spill everything he knows. The problem with that is, if Diddy starts talking, King could be in serious trouble. Federal investigations thrive on people flipping, and the pressure of a trial could make Diddy do whatever it takes to protect himself, even if it means turning on his own son. This could go from bad to worse for King really quickly. The shooting might have been a dark chapter for both of them, but it could be just the beginning of a much bigger mess if the feds start digging deeper. King might have to face some hard truths about who will really have his back when everything falls apart. Now, If Diddy gets backed into a corner by the feds, he might throw King under the bus to save himself. We've seen it happen before. Federal cases often end up with people flipping on each other. If Diddy starts talking, King's going to have a lot more to worry about than just 50 Cent trolling him. With Diddy's trial coming up in May 2025, the feds are working hard to dig up even more dirt. At this point, King might need to focus less on dissing people and more on damage control. If these allegations keep piling up, things aren't looking good for him. What do you think? Do you think Diddy would really throw King under the bus? Let us know what you think below.